Rest in peace, James Gandolfini. That is not poetry, that is news. No, he actually died like a couple hours ago.
No way, really?
Kind of leads into what I'm going to be reading here.
And on that note, he's reading poetry.
Yeah.
You do? You dead?
Yeah, he's dead.
How do you die?
I don't know.
You know, he's just dead.
Let's like write your last.
All right.
Harsh thing.
My aborted introduction. Fuck death. I'm in love. If you were to ask me how many times I've come close, I would need both of these hands and maybe a foot too. I have no obligation to that moon up there with its goddamn waxing grin. Though most of these sort of things fall soon after midnight in the new old city. This entire sordid affair, near anecdote and fevered dreams, was to begin with a scene of oral copulation set by the darkened river's shore, and the subsequent quest to redistrict the constellations above to my liking, amid doubt and questions lying unposed, explosive regardless. But I was advised that people would be turned away by thoughts of revelatory cannibalism, and the guttural sound of the word jism dropped forth. I disputed in vain. Instead, we opened beneath the gel of stars, where in the swirl of Mary Jane and jacuzzi steam, a chap childishly changes his name to Cannonball and declares himself for the summer to be the first mate of O Captain, My Captain, une petite nuit, and what the sky saw peering over the skyline, regrets splitting in the water in her favorite gown. While my hunger is palpable, I would devour every syllable. The sounds off your tongue, like collision and splice, and your hushed hellos and Pinter poems, you are my life, and so I live, and so forth. A skull across the way eavesdrop on our frightened dream expositions. You strapped down and pumped full of poisons till your rivers ran black within, and where I'm lying draped in only an arm for comfort, for sleep, and for nothing more. Phantom limbs are scattered in every current bed. The same film plays that night. He wakes alone to spit loose another tooth for a makeshift necklace. Okay. I wrote this next one in French originally, but I think I've had a few too many to speak in French right now, so I will just read the translation. It's called Uptown Taxis. Company of skies, horizon, stacked one upon another, would fail as a palette to house my words, be they approximations and shortcomings. And I would fail as a vessel to relay the words contained in the heated breath of shared exultation, born in the part of lips just joined. Celestial bodies perspire tonight, separated. My pen only touches paper in the anticipation of thunder after the flash, when the lust has ample space to pulse. I long to drive all night under your quieting skies. Blue and green from the radio glow, how sweet the sound. And in keeping with the theme of the moon and all things up there, Yuri Gagarin and the case of the New York Poetry Festival. I fell in love with you on the island that day, Amy Lawless, whoever you are, despite the loss of my pen. On stage, a hometown gal recites an essay chronicling the history of an outdated, poetic, winged thing, though she should be speaking so, tattooed in my teenage fingerprints. Once her creak ceased babbling, I walked away, and despite my bedroom slippers, completed the first cartwheel of my short but otherwise fruitful life. Oh, not to sing only of myself, but today I read that bicycle theft is quickly becoming an epidemic, and felt numb. To impress your father, I vowed to a life of limited pronoun use, and declared myself a pupil of his favorite cosmos. Clinically, she says the specs on my chart indicate a need to reconstitute my je ne sais quoi. I can't speak French, I guess. Today I froze to gaze upon a flock of freed balloons and traced their heaven-bound inchworm until their specs shrunk to match that of my own, only to unearth threads of what you may call empathy. Rest in peace, Yuri Gagarin. Okay, this one is for a wedding that I will be attending in a week, called Cohabitation Talking Blues for Jesse and Barry. Myths are, I've learned, because of our distance from them, their lofty weight born of passed time. We stand here forged, towing a vast canyon, witness to the inverse, the birthing of magnificence. Each day prefaced with the pastel dawn coursing over a body in repose, an atlas of spirit. Every night punctuated by the entwinement of constellations in the dim district, as we inch day-wise closer to the idyllic tales of the cowboy songs our parents first discovered love to. And finally, something I wrote as I was sitting there at the bar waiting for my drink. A butterfly. A butterfly was spotted on my delayed subway car today. Also, I read that Sesame Street is introducing a puppet whose dad is in prison. To me, the scales are balanced now. Thank you.